Oh wait, there was one video last time that I wanted to watch, but it was already getting late and then I didn't watch it. I don't remember which one it was. Oh, I found a video! It's here! YouTubers who accidentally found terrifying things, and apparently I auto-played it while I wasn't in the room or something. This is the one!
Connor Kelly and his family were exploring the McCoy mine in Nevada. An abandoned mine shaft in the desert, with a portion of the entrance still accessible, the group begins to travel through the depths of the mine and begin their exploration. The cavern was very large, with a few artifacts still present from when it was functional years ago. The group stays quiet as they don't want to risk the sound dislodging any rocks from the ceiling. However, it's not long before they approach something that demands discussion.
Oh. I noticed something reflecting back at me. Ice!
So, do you see that
I think.
reflection? They're trying to...
The rock is very loose.
Oh.
I realized what they are. I got chills.
It's a shoe.
Oh,
The
it's a
group
shoe?
finds a large pile of
Oh, what the-
children's-sized shoes and bones.
What?
The group suddenly gets justifiably cautious.
Wait,
and
why?
stands back as they're unsure what to do from here. One member of the group even pulls a gun, fearing for nearby predators deeper in the cave, or quite possibly, even another human.
Yeah.
After a brief discussion and inspecting the pile of shoes a little closer, the group advances a little bit further, where a dead
Shoes
end
and
is found,
bones?
and the floor is scattered with more bones.
Oh my god.
Further investigation from viewers of the video mentioned that the bones don't appear to be human. It's more likely that these bones were a result of animal carcasses from predators
I
such
wanna
as
say that
mountain lions who
large
might have
bone
feasted
looked
on their
not
food
human.
within the cave. The children's shoes, however, are
Sounds like the beginning of horror. It does sound like the beginning of a horror game. Yeah. Guess the ghost or demon really likes feet.
a completely different story. There is no definite explanation for this, and I don't
That
think
is so
there ever
weird.
will be. However, the leading theory is that these were trophies collected from a serial killer.
I was thinking that too,
Collecting
honestly.
items from victims
I
isn't
thought that
unheard
too.
of, with a very famous legend in Michigan claiming that a mysterious tree dangling children's shoes was also decorated by a serial killer. If you look at the shoes, they also appeared to be tethered differently. Some shoes look so worn like they've been there for decades, while others only a few years old. These shoes weren't dumped here all at once. It's a collection that had been built for some time. The family leaves,
Jesus.
and no conclusions have been met. A YouTuber by the name Dateline420 was hiking in the woods in the border of a park in Suffolk County, New York. Here he stumbled across what he believed to be the end of somebody's property, as there was a shed and a fire pit, as well as the sound of cars in the distance. Directly outside, where the property line meets the woods, were trees decorated with something harrowing.
Anyway, I'll cut right to the chase.
Also
because
decorated.
I might die.
Oh wait, it's
Look
missing.
what these fucking are.
Missing.
Missing person photos. Not one, not two, but dozens of posters detailing missing people were pinned on almost every tree in the surrounding area. One might wonder if maybe this was a setup for a video,
different
however
people?
making this all more disturbing. These have been confirmed to be real missing people.
Oh.
Taking a closer look, these are missing person cases from all across the United States and throughout different years, mostly between 2009 and 2013. They also look very old and weathered, as if they've been hung up for quite some time.
These, you could tell. These aren't new. Like, not just that this is 2012, Noblesville, Indiana, right?
Is
Look at the
this
fucking tape. Look at the water damage.
also some kind of weird trophy thingy?
Shits have been hanging up for a while.
Or someone was filming something spooky a while back and they just left it because it's funny. To scare people. I don't know.
Whether this be a serial killer's documentation of his murders, or some sick joke, it's still disturbing either way.
Yeah.
The man then investigated the surrounding area, and finds a few more unsettling things.
I would be shitting my
The
pants.
most odd being what appears to be a cage built with binded tree branches, and a filled-in hole sitting at the center. The man eventually hears voices and runs away.
Bro.
He reported the findings to the police, and after a quick investigation, the house adjacent to the campsite claimed that they pinned the photos as they were preparing for an upcoming Halloween party. However, if that's the case, why do the posters look so old? And why was this the only thing set up?
Well, does this look like an old poster? To me, it just looks wet. I don't know if it's old. It looks wet. I don't know.
Up at least a month before Halloween. With many people asking, and Dateline 420 very curious, he revisited the site on Halloween to only find multiple new no trespassing signs and no indicator for any party or event. YouTubers Sam and Colby often make videos featuring themselves and a group of friends as they visit haunted locations. I say this with no disrespect, as I think it makes for a more interesting story. However, their content is very suited to the seemingly staged side of YouTube horror. It seems like every abandoned place they go to has some paranormal occurrence, and it's hard to imagine that at least some of these aren't staged. Again, I want to reiterate, they are very entertaining, and they deserve the success for the production they put in. However, one night, they witnessed one of the most terrifying horrors they have on this channel. And they didn't even realize it.
Oh?
What? In a video titled Exploring Abandoned Insane Asylum, Girl Screams, Sam and Colby, as well as fellow YouTubers the Ireland Boys, visited an abandoned asylum hidden in a nearby forest. Typical to the hidden in boys, visited an abandoned as well as fellow YouTubers.
I thought he said the Island Boys!
Ireland Boys, visited an abandoned asylum hidden in a...
Like, what? The Island Boys? They do paranormal now too?
A nearby forest. Typical to the format they have on many videos, they explore the abandoned building and swear someone was there with them.
I literally think there was something downstairs. Whatever thing that you heard earlier. I think that's basically all there is there, though, to explore. It's just a bunch of rooms. Well, then let's go over and figure out what's downstairs before it comes up and finds us. Okay.
Are they gonna find an
they
actual
act
person?
Nervous and walk around cautiously. However, as they're exploring more, they hear police sirens coming from the distance. Thinking that they might be coming for them, as visiting this place is technically trespassing, the group flees the building and stakes out in the nearby woods.
There are people right in front of us that are not Colby, and they are looking right past us.
It's only here that a series of odd occurrences commence that even the YouTubers aren't quite sure what to make of. They notice a few random people entering the building they just left, and a helicopter with active searchlights flying overhead. They run through the woods, trying to make their escape, when they suddenly hear a blood-curdling scream.
Oh my god.
What the f? You hear that? Yeah. Get out of here. Go. Guys, run.
The woman continues to scream, and eventually the crew flees the woods to conclude their latest episode of exploring creepy abandoned buildings.
I guess truly the scariest thing is humans, huh? Not ghosties.
After this night, and the upload of the video, viewers would begin to get curious and investigate what might have happened that night. And a few weeks later, they would find out that yes, it was true. This was most definitely not a planned bit by Sam and Colby. If you take a look at this map, the YouTube group was in this forest in early September of 2017. It was right here, on September 13th, that the body of Lauren Waller, a pregnant mother, was found dead in a shallow grave. She had been missing for 9 days.
Oh my god. So they might have
Although
heard...
never confirmed, one can easily imagine where these screams came from on that tragic night in this forest.
Guys, what the
Oh my god.
Adventures with Purpose is a YouTube channel that focuses on recovering artifacts from lakes and ponds.
Artifacts?
These are normally related to true crime cases, whether it be a car from a criminal or an article of clothing from missing people. The goal of the channel is to basically help out investigations as well as aiding the environment. That's why on May 26th of 2020, the group planned to participate in a mass environmental cleanup. In a survey of a lake in Portland, Oregon, they found evidence of multiple vehicles that have sunk to the bottom of the lake. On a day where the tide was low, the group built a map, pinning general locations to all these vehicles, and planned to dedicate the day to retrieving them and cleaning out the waters. They get in their wetsuits and begin navigating the lake, diving down and pinpointing each car detailed in their debriefing. They quickly find the first car and begin preparing for extraction. After attaching the car to a trailer on the land and positioning it to be pulled up a ramp, Adventures with Purpose went live to document a sweet moment in humanity.
We're dressed up. We are finally back in the water.
Yes, we are.
And before that, like, we can like elbow bump because anyway, we have a car that's coming out right now. This car today, we're gonna do this whole thing live. Like, we've spent last 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, yeah, 4 or 5 hours.
Already getting this thing out because it was
10:30.
10:30 this morning. It was 80 feet deep, and so we're now at the very end of this, and we've never done actual live.
I won't be diving into that dark, muddy lake. Me neither, but at the same time, I think it is really cool, but I'm just... But if I wasn't a... I would want to, too. I would want to do what they're doing if I wasn't a...
Showing somebody for us to bring out of the river.
Many individuals were volunteering their time to clean the water, and just as the first car began to emerge from the lake, a chilling discovery would be found.
Don't tell me there's a body in there.
There it is. All right, let's clean it out.
It is, isn't it?
There's a shoe in there.
A shoe? Not just a shoe.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Call the cops! Call the cops! Call the cops!
Oh my
A
god.
decomposed body and bones were sitting in the front seat. After the police were called, investigation found that this body belonged to Timothy Robinson, a man who went missing on November 27th of 2008, 12 years before this discovery was made. The family was notified and were relieved to finally have some closure after so many years. Exploring with Josh, a YouTuber who explores a variety of places, once found his crew and himself at the neck of a giant underground cave. This cave, in Washington County, is named the Ape Cave and stretches almost 2.5 miles long. Although deep, the cave is rather open with plenty of room for exploring and walking around. There's little risk of getting stuck, and it's typically welcoming to amateur spelunkers. Josh and his friends found this encouraging, however weren't afraid of taking a little risk to reach less explored sectors of the cave.
I've finally seen some sort of writing, but I can't really make out what it says. But I think we're gonna be kneeling down now. I think we're gonna have to kneel down. Oh god.
The majority of the 12-minute vlog just features the crew having fun. They begin to walk down a corridor that continuously gets smaller and smaller, before each are on their stomachs, inching through the narrow tunnel they found themselves in. They continue to question if they should continue, wondering if there's any more to explore as the tunnel gets rather tight.
I don't
It is
even know
really
if it leads
tight.
out anywhere. I think it's just the end. We can be crawling all day.
Let's find out.
They even reach a point where they were about to turn back, however Josh luckily noticed that the tunnel opened up. The crew squeezed through and successfully reached the end of the cave. What they didn't know was that somebody was waiting for them at the end.
Okay. Got it. Can I head back now? This girl doesn't have a flashlight. Okay, I'm gonna take out my phone, actually. English?
I don't know
You
if
speak
they
English? No English.
Oh,
Okay.
She was so lucky
Come
the
with
day
us.
came.
Hey Josh, do you see those the couple that was back
This
there?
girl was in
Can you
there.
tell them their daughter's up here and scared?
They don't speak. She doesn't speak English.
They don't speak English.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, it was really fortunate.
What an experience. As we were about to leave, this little girl comes up out of nowhere, scares us, and at first we're like, wait, whose parents are hers? And she was just there alone by herself. Then she just stood there in the back, so I started talking to her, but she wouldn't answer me. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't think she speaks English. It turns out she really didn't speak English at all. She's by herself, crawled the whole way in there by herself, no light. No light, what the heck? I don't get it, no light. She didn't even speak English.
Inside one of the deepest sectors of the Ape Cave was a little girl, noticeably terrified and cautious. The group tried to console her, however she was clearly fearing for her life, as she didn't want to approach the strangers in the isolated cave. Turns out that this girl was missing, ran into the ape cave, and crawled to the end of one of its deepest tunnels. The girl was stranded, alone in the dark, and looking at this angle of the only entrance to her location, I wonder if she would ever have been found, if not for this group. She was let out and thankfully reunited with her family.
I'm happy they found her. Well, thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please make sure that you like and subscribe so you can see more videos like this one next time. If you're a fan of the spooky and you like gaming, I also stream live on Twitch. We mostly play spooky games, so come and join us. Again, thank you so much for watching and hope to see you next time. Bye!